Oh no, I can see myself. Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Opera. This is the channel for opera singers and anybody interested in classical music or the opera business. I'm Sula. Norman is walking around. Bye, Norman. It's fine. He's like, I'm sorry. It's fine. And yeah, I just had a really nice meeting with one of our followers who is very like-minded, wanting to promote wellness in the opera community and support. And so that was really great, and we really enjoyed that. And I just wanted to jump on here quickly today and talk to you guys about, not what we talked about because we had a great meeting, but we did discuss burnout and some signs of burnout. So that's what we're gonna deal with today. So the truth is, in your career, I don't want to say burnout is unavoidable because I never like to make blanketed statements like that and say, you're going to experience this. No. Everybody's career is different. I have experienced this myself. Norman has experienced it also. In fact, as many of you know, this was the basis for starting Living Opera, was speaking up about the realities of the rigors and difficulties of maintaining a very long career in opera. And you know, Norman is in his 18th season as a professional opera singer, which is crazy to think about, but he started really young. And the signs of burnout can be very subtle, and so we want to catch them as early as possible. So when Norman went through what he went through with performance anxiety and yeah, just sort of vocal changes and stuff, I didn't realize that's what he was going through. I just didn't know. And I think sometimes we think we can take a lot more than, not even that we can, but than we should. You know, hopefully you're trying to build a career that's going to take you from your 20s to your 30s, to your 40s, to your 50s, and even to your 60s if you're very lucky. And I think one of the reasons why this doesn't happen very many times is because singers are not taught how to create a support system around themselves to avoid burnout. And so here's a couple of things looking back that I wished I would have noticed earlier in myself and also in Norman. The first one was the sense of urgency. Everything is urgent. You have to take every job that comes along. No, you don't. You really don't. Now, you might need to take jobs for the money, but the business isn't going to forget about you if you decide to take 3 months off. It just doesn't work like that. I've had enough strange seasons where I've had big gaps in the calendar to know that that's just not true. And Norman as well, by the way. And incidentally, those gaps happened after huge debuts too. So I just want us to get away from formulaic thinking and just remember that there is no set way to make a career, okay? So the next sort of sign I would say that you're maybe headed for some burnout is your lack of passion for the job. And I don't mean lack of drive, because that's different. I'm talking about the joy of singing. And I definitely went through that when I was really striving hard to make the career happen. I just lost my joy of singing. I just didn't like singing anymore. I associated it with disappointment, and I also wasn't prepared to go through vocal transitions. And there were several other factors, but I lost the joy of singing. And so that's really not good. And if that's happening to you, you really shouldn't keep that to yourself. You should talk to somebody. I think it's fine to go to a trusted friend or colleague and just say, look, I'm kind of going through this, and let them support you. Yeah, it's really important because what you don't want is to fall into bitterness. And sometimes I think when we are feeling hopeless for a long period of time, it can evolve into bitterness quite quickly. And it's not even about the business at that point, it's about your life and having a great life. And having a thriving singing career doesn't mean you're gonna have a great life. And how can I say that? Sorry, it doesn't mean you're gonna automatically have a great life. It means you have a great career. Does that make sense? But you can also have a great life and have a moderately good career. It's about mindset, and this is partly what we're trying to address through Living Opera is your mindset, and making sure that you are thinking about your whole person, not just what happens here. Does that make sense? Okay, good. I imagine that you guys were like, totally makes sense. So I was like, okay, good. Okay, and then just the last kind of sign of burnout, and even the beginnings of depression, would be if you're starting to really lack energy and you just feel unmotivated. I think when we're going through like lacking joy in singing, we can still really press ourselves because we still have the drive. But when that starts to diminish, that's when I think we're really in trouble. And there's certain personality types that will just like, I will just drive myself into the ground. Now I've stopped doing that because it's unhealthy, but that is like how I will be until I just collapse. Norman is the opposite. He will just kind of be lethargic. I'm saying when we're not feeling well, like I'll press, and that's just, neither one is good. You know, we're looking for balance. That's what we're looking for. So these are just a couple of signs if you may be headed for a burnout. What you can do is talk about it. Don't hold it to yourself. Like, do not think that you're gonna manage this all by yourself, because you're not. You're not. You need help, you need support, and you need to know that it's fine. You know, you're dealing with a high pressure job, with a crazy schedule, lots of travel, lots of disappointment. Even when you have a successful career, you're gonna hear the word no. And you know, that's quite prevalent. We know that's quite prevalent in the entertainment industry as in general. So, you know, these are just some things I want you to think about, especially as we go into the holidays. In the States, they're about to have Thanksgiving, and then Christmas is right around the corner, and then it's the new year. And so I just want you guys to be thinking about this as we close out 2019, that you come into the new year prosperous, happy, healthy, focused, determined, and with a full tank, okay? So that's just a couple things I wanted to address today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope that you are feeling encouraged, and I hope that you just keep on coming back, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because then I do this every time, like, yay! No, but we really appreciate you guys who've subscribed, and we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're just really excited about our followers and supporters, and we love you guys, and we're very grateful. So bye for now, and see you soon.